Hello, welcome to today's episode, and thank you so much for joining me again. I'm super excited today because I'm going to introduce you to the home buying process. Initially, as a buyer, you're looking online. About 92% of buyers are looking at every single website that they can find, Zillow, Trulia, all the local real estate offices, and they're searching, thinking that they're going to find different houses on different sites. When in reality, you only need to look at one site, and it's going to give you all the houses on the market. So now you've found the house of your dreams. Now you want to call that real estate agent and you want to get out there as quick as possible to see that house. Well, when you make that phone call to me, we need to take a step back. As disappointing as it may be, I don't want it to be a damper on your excitement, but we do need to take a few minutes and actually talk about the process. We're going to talk about four things. We're going to talk about the representation agreement. We're going to talk about the loans. We're going to talk about the money that you need to have available to make the purchase. And then we're going to talk about the contract and the process. It sounds like a lot, but it's really just about 10 or 15 minutes of your time. And usually what we'll do is we'll meet at Starbucks or Panera so we can just have that quick conversation. Once we schedule our meeting, I'm going to ask you a couple of more pieces of information. I need to know what you're looking for. I need to know if you're looking for a single family house, if you're looking for a townhouse. I need to know how many bedrooms you're looking for. I need to know what you think you qualify for so we have a starting point. I'm also going to get your email address so that way I can email you what I find. I want you to take some time and actually look through that list. Really look at the pictures, see what you think may work for you. Get about 4 to 7 properties that you like, and then we'll go look at those once we've had our consultation and we have all of our information in place. Now comes the day that we're going to have our buyer consult. When we meet, we're going to talk about the first thing, which was the representation agreement. And where this is important is you have to understand what you're hiring me to do. And what I'm supposed to do is I'm acting on your behalf. I'm negotiating for you. You have to have faith and trust in me that I'm going to get the best deal and for the lowest amount of money. So that's why it's important for us to get that representation agreement in place so you have a full understanding of what my role is in the process. The next thing we're going to talk about is the loan process. And this is where I'm going to refer you to a loan officer because the loan officer has to look at a few things. They need to look at your job history. They need to look at your income. They need to look at your credit, and they need to get you qualified and tell you how much money you can spend. Because if you don't know how much money you can spend, you could be getting out to a house that you can't buy, and then it's just going to be a big disappointment. You're going to get frustrated and you may not even want to move forward. So this is really a protection again for you as the buyer that you need to find this information out. And not only that, we need a pre-approval letter to submit with your contract. The next step in the process, or the next piece we need to talk about, is how much money you need to have ready when we go out and we make an offer. You need to have an earnest money deposit, which is a set amount between $500, $3,500 that basically tells the seller how serious you are about making this purchase. That money is then put into escrow when you write a contract, and it can go towards your down payment or you can get it back at closing. But it's just something that's showing the buyer, hey, I'm serious, and you're risking that by walking away and kind of like saying, never mind, I changed my mind. There are contingencies that are put in place once we make an offer, which I'll get into in just a minute. But then we also need the money. You need to talk about how much money you need for a down payment, which the loan officer is going to be able to help you with as well. So the final piece that we need to talk about will be when we make an offer. We're going to write a contract, which is a pretty large document. It's going to contain how much you're purchasing the house for, what's going to convey with the property, how much your earnest money you're putting down, your down payment, the loan terms, all the information. It has contingencies, which means that the offer is going to be contingent on certain things happening, like the home inspection, financing contingency, possibly radon inspection, or pest inspection. There's a lot of little things that are put into place in that contract that, again, that's my job to keep track of and my job to help you understand what you're getting involved with. So once we've talked about those 4 things, we can then go out and go shopping. Once we find the house of your dreams, we then come back, we make the offer, we go under contract, and we go through the process. And one last thing that I want to make sure you understand is that I am there to keep you from being stressed out. There's going to be fires throughout the process. Once we go under contract, it can get stressful. It can get nerve-wracking. And I am there to help you work through that process, make sure that this is a milestone that you actually enjoy. And just kind of tell you what to do, kind of give you suggestions and advice, and just relax. And then once we get to the closing table, you get your keys, you have your new house, and everybody's happy. Thanks again. If you have any questions or anything further you'd like to know, please feel free to reach out to me. You can reach me on Twitter at KristaSellsVA, or you can check out my website at KristaSellsVA.com. Again, thanks so much for joining me, and I hope you guys check out the next episode.